Hello everyone, and welcome back to another YouTube video. It's been a while, but yeah, I'm hopefully going to be back with consistently racing highlights now. Now that we're on PC, it should make it a little bit easier and better quality as well. So yeah, hopefully the start of somewhat of a consistent schedule. So yeah, today's the season opener. Well, the first round of Psgl. So yeah. It was quite important to get off to a good start to the season because we got placed in the F6, which perhaps wasn't ideal. I felt like it was perhaps maybe one or two tiers lower than I thought I could have got, but yeah, perhaps gives us a good opportunity to be at the front and hopefully mount some sort of like a championship challenger. Like the aim is the top 3 really, so yeah, Portimao, not my strongest track to be honest. I was lacking a little bit of pace, but we put in quite a few hours into practice, quite a lot of quality practice, so just trying to find a little bit of one lap pace, and it was, we cut our PB down by almost half a second, but it was still wasn't ideal. It was still only a 16.2, but yeah, as you can see, our first run did not go to plan. We spun at the tricky right-hander, which I think a lot of people struggle with. But the first sector had gone quite well, to be honest. It hadn't gone too badly. We've managed to get turn 1 decently. But yeah, as you can see, that was the first one in the bin, and that didn't settle any nerves. I don't know why, but I did feel a little bit, because it's the first race, so you obviously want to do well. But yeah, I think maybe
turn 1 was so nice.
A little bit there, just pushing a little bit too hard. But I think coming on to our second run now. Or perhaps the back down one, I'm not entirely sure actually.
Man, that could have been something decent.
About how much time was left in the session, but yeah. Starting the lap, it was just about getting a banker in really. Weren't too high on ERS looking at it, but yeah, coming through turn 1, not too bad, managing to keep it in 6th. And then into this tricky right-hander, 3rd gear. Managed to get the card turn, but yeah, it wasn't the... Yeah, as you can see, the exit was really poor, so not the greatest first sector. We were down, but yeah, nonetheless, it wasn't too messy. We were able to get through without any huge mistakes. Yeah, coming through here, this almost flat right-hander, we missed the apex massively, and that's going to be quite a lot of time lost there. But we're able to get through the tricky right-hander, which is very important, obviously. So yeah, we're immediately up on the 140 that we done, but. Yeah, coming through here now, try to open up the line and get a decent exit. Yeah, not too bad so far. It's been somewhat of a clean lap, just maybe a couple tiny errors, but yeah, it's just about making it through as the tyres are kind of getting quite hot now in the 3rd sector. Getting it through the final corner, trying to get a smooth exit. And yeah, overall for a banker, it wasn't too bad a lap. I can't remember quite what my PB banker was, but
yeah, I know, I made a mistake.
It was around the mid 16, so yeah, we did 16.4, which I'll be honest, I was very happy with in the actual session. Now that we had a good lap on the board, we could aim for much more. So yeah, this was our final run now, last minute of the session, coming to turn 1 now. Very important to hit the apex, and yeah, as you can see, we run wide. I think I just maybe carried too much speed. I just
2 tenths were easy.
Well, so 16.4 was the only lap we managed, and it's enough to get us P6. And I did say prior to the race, I did say I'd be happy with 6th. But as you can see, it's a full wet start. So yeah, 5 lights, and it's the lights out, and immediately short shifting. And I think I was maybe just a bit quick on the power because we had massive amounts of wheel spin. But considered to others, we managed to actually stay alright and go up the inside. I was trying to be somewhat cautious, but at the same point this was the best chance to make up places, so we managed to get up into 6th after losing initially. Someone's up our inside, but we managed to, and we've got a quad starting on inters, as I think the rain is supposed to lighten up shortly, but at the moment full wets are the quicker tyres, so I was quite keen on trying to get past them as we go up the inside. Slightly aggressive, but it was a very clean move. We didn't make any contact. We got a lot of wheel spin on the exit, but yeah, trying to get the traction down, but we weren't able to, as Ecos just kind of boxes the McLaren as he goes wide, so we're able to get him and we're able to get past the McLaren. So we went from at 1.7 to 4th now, so yeah, a decent start. Yeah, not bad. So we're behind our teammate now, Connor Eddy, guy I've done a lot of practice with. My TRT teammates, so yeah, I was hopefully just trying to stick with the front pack now, as I saw the leader had kind of already made a small gap to second place. But yeah, it was kind of just about finding the limit now in the wet, which is very tricky as you can see. But yeah, it was just trying to see what we can do, how our wet pace was compared to others. As you can see, really struggling. Obviously it's a fully dry setup, so it was quite oversteery as it was in the dry, so in the wet it was, yeah, not ideal. But see what we can do. ERS should be a little bit more manageable. Super wide on lap 4, and as you can see we've been awarded a 3-second time penalty, which was a bit of a joke, as we hadn't even received a single warning up until that point. So I believe I got like a quadruple warning there. So yeah, I've clipped that and I've sent it to the steward, so I'm very hopeful that we're going to get that removed, because yeah, as you can see it's a bit of a joke. And coming to turn 1, I don't know if it was anchor or whatever, but we ran a wee bit wide. That was our first proper warning, and somehow that's gave us another penalty as the McLaren and Connor make contact, and yeah, it was a bit of a messy move. And you're coming through here now, try to get a better exit in the Mercedes, and maybe try and get up the inside, because I was quite keen on being ahead, and we brake super late. Thankfully the McLaren doesn't just turn in, and we make a little bit of contact with Connor. It was not, obviously that was not the aim. Yeah, try and get the traction down now, try and get ahead into this right-hander, trying to leave room side by side, and now we've got the outside line, and we get a perfect switch back. And this was quite a decent move looking back. Obviously his car lagged a little bit in the middle, but it was quite a nice switch back looking back. So yeah, into 4th place. I think it was definitely time for inters now. So Quad's decision to start on inters now was looking like a very good one. I believe only one other person in the field had chose to do it. I don't know how his race went, but I think he was much further behind. But yeah, as you can see, the wets are overheating massively, and I think it was just maybe overdriving the car a little bit. Yeah, getting a bit messy now as the Red Bulls come up the inside, Connor's on the outside, and I had no idea what to do, so I just broke. I was like, I'm not breaking a wing or losing the car. So yeah, we chose to drive it in as Connor dives in, and he came in a little bit too fast and he sped into the pit lane. So that's an immediate 5-second time penalty for him, so that kind of maybe takes him out the running, as if we all stay quite close together. So yeah,
I'm not saying
coming in to put onto the inters.
We've got 2 warnings.
Pretty much just
we've got 2 warnings right now.
He started on those tyres.
1 really, but we've got
very
2
smart
of them.
move from him, and perhaps
I'm not going to mention the
maybe
penalties.
Look at in the future if it's going to be
okay.
Wet races. As the wet tyres really aren't very good for a long time, because as soon as the rain lightens up, it seems like the inters come into their own, as we saw in F1 Esports at China. So yeah, perhaps we should have thought about that before, but yeah, we have to press on now. We're less than a second behind Connor, and he's got that 5-second time penalty, and our penalty should be removed at the moment. So yeah, right now I think we've only got 1 legitimate warning. So sorry, I forgot to mention, Connor, even though he pit and sped in the pit lane, he's on wet tyres. So I'm not sure if he forgot to select the inters or just put him on a dodgy strategy, but yeah, he's on wet, so I gave a small
Come on, let me pass, man, I'm on inters.
I was getting a little bit frustrated. I was thinking maybe he can let us pass, because we are teammates in TRT, so I was hoping he wouldn't cost me any race time. As you can see, even though I'm getting oversteer, we get just such a better exit compared to the wet tyres, so yeah, we're able to get past with relative ease. So yeah, we're up into P7 now. But obviously I think there are a few people who haven't pit yet. I think 3 gloves are still in the wets, and there might be another couple of cars. As the net leader was NSR Angel, and I'm not sure, Angel, yeah, he's 9 seconds ahead, but I think Quad is actually the race leader now, because obviously he pulled off that good strategy, not starting in wets and managing to start in inters, and just pretty much just withstanding the first 4 laps, knowing that he'll lose a little bit of time, but he was able to keep up relatively decently. So yeah, that played into his hands very well. So yeah, a couple cars pit now, and I believe we're gonna come out in P5. Or we're gonna go into P5. Cut into lap 18. The track is drying up massively, and actually on, I believe, the last lap we could have pit. As you can see, DRS is enabled, and I think it might have been a small mistake not pitting, as I believe we could have got an undercut on these guys. But
I didn't want to throw away
a lot of them stayed out, so we aren't going to lose anything. But
they can make
looking back now, it could have been worth the risk of just pitting and potentially gaining. But also the risk is potentially losing massive amounts. So yeah, as you can see, it's bone dry now, coming to the last second, go wide, and that is our second warning, I believe.
I don't know if that's another warning or not.
Somewhat certain the game might have gave us a double warning, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
But that might be 1 pen.
But yeah, this is the crossover zone, and I think we perhaps missed out on the exact same lap, in the exact right lap. Yeah, coming into end of lap 18, we're going to box for dries, and we were debating between going for softs and mediums, but I said we're playing it safe. It's first race, so we're just going to go for mediums. We're not going to take any stupid risks and go for softs and risk dying at the end on not even just getting a puncture, just like being really poor on tyre wear. So yeah, we boxed onto mediums. Taz goes onto softs, and NSR Angel goes onto mediums. So yeah, a couple of different strategies. But, for now, obviously the softs will be much faster, but I'm hoping maybe after lap 28, 29, that's when the mediums will hopefully we'll get back at the soft guys. But yeah, coming at the pits, insane amounts of grip. Obviously we hadn't felt this since quali pretty much. Obviously it's not exactly the same as quali, but it probably felt like it compared to the full wets and inters. Nothing much really goes on. And lap 27, due to a lap car, we actually received DRS for 1 or 2 laps, and we were able to catch up as the pace out front dropped massively between 3rd and 4th. So yeah, and our mediums were coming into their own at this point.
I had a screen freeze.
I think we received a small screen freeze here, which made me go white. But yeah, we're in the DRS now, 4th and 3rd.
Oh man.
So at this point I was thinking, let's try and save a tiny amount of battery, as these guys were flashing, I believe. So I was trying to save a little bit of battery so we could maybe have a go right at the end of the race, but it's very hard to save battery around here, and when you make a mistake you obviously have to use a little bit to catch back up. So I attempted to use a little bit here to have a potential attempt at overtaking Taz, but yeah, it was clear that he had a little bit more, as he wasn't even flashing at this point. But yeah, getting into the slipstream is Angel definitely trying to kill any toll. Yeah, coming through turn 1, quite a decent turn 1, we're quite close to Taz, and I shoot to the inside and have a go. Small amount of contact, he did leave just about enough room. Yeah, I'm not able to get through. It was worth a go. Wasn't trying to risk too much, but obviously you have to have a go, and if the opportunity was there I was willing to have a go. But yeah, unfortunately this time it didn't work out, and this fighting is costing us time to Robbie, but I was still quite hopeful that our penalties would be removed, so I wasn't too worried about that. But yeah, I think the mediums were slowly becoming faster than the softs, so I was fairly confident we could have a potential attempt at overtaking Taz, but getting past the Angel would have been quite difficult. But yeah, so like I said, up until this point, quite a well run race, and I was quite hopeful that we could cap the race off quite well, and I was somewhat hopeful that we could get Taz, with obviously the softs dying. But ERS, like I said, a big issue, as I didn't see him flash for the last lap or two, so yeah, I don't know if he had quite a bit saved up sitting behind Angel, or if he was just perhaps running a setup that's maybe a wee bit more friendly than ours. But yeah, coming to the straight, we're on 1% and he's not even flashing, so again, through turn 1, braking nice and late, and we're even closer this time, and again I'm going to shoot to the inside and have another go. But yeah, again, small amount of contact, it's quite difficult to go side by side, and yeah, again, nothing doing. And like my chat saying, he done nothing wrong, he left enough space, we weren't turned in on, just the nature of the corner and a little bit of a mid corner understeer, we just went into him, but thankfully no one came out badly. So yeah, this is my first time, first time doing commentary in a while, so I do apologise if it's a little bit boring or not, but I'm trying my best. But yeah, the race itself wasn't the most action packed, but it was just about trying to focus. It was quite a drive that I probably had to focus a little bit more than normal. But yeah, moving on to the last lap, these two are going side by side, and I was just thinking, I was like, is there a potential chance, especially through here? I was like, can we get a switch back? Can we get the power in? No. Just, I think the tyres were even waiting it for us. Don't know how Taz managed to keep the softs hanging on, but we try and go up the inside here, but I didn't want to get turned in on, so I backed out a little bit, and then I was thinking, I was like, there's still a chance, we can still nab fourth or something, so we hit that curve and we shot up the inside. That was quite a risky move, but thankfully the Alpha gives us the space, and I couldn't duck to the inside there, and potential switch back, but no, nothing doing. So yeah, nice little end to the race. It was good couple of fights, but yeah, we do manage to hold on, and hopefully with the penalty removals we'll get P5 in the Psgl season opener. So yeah, overall not a bad race. we managed to get a top
My
6.
God.
Hopefully a top 5. Good way to, I think, to start the
P4,
championship.
I think.
So yeah,
I think we
GG's
just
to
missed
all
out on the
the
podium.
guys. First time racing them on PC.
Yeah, GG's.
But yeah, I'd like to say thank you for watching, everyone.
GG's.
I know it might be a slightly long video.
Could have been better,
But
could have been worse.
thank you very much for watching.
bad,
Hopefully
Rich,
this will
still
be the first of
championship, I
many
guess.
highlight videos to come. So yeah, please feel free to drop a like and subscribe for more league racing content, because I'm going to try and be very consistent now. And yeah, thank you for watching, everyone. I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.